And Swami Kriyananda, it's from a scripture called the Chandi. And Swami Kriyananda often chanted some of these verses in Sanskrit. There are recordings that you'll be able to hear. But those verses, there are many more other than the one Swamiji chants there. It talks about that divine feminine that is manifested in all living beings as love. I bow to her, I bow to her, I bow to her. But then the verses go on, that divine feminine that manifests in all living beings as hunger, as shame, as lust, as sexual impulse, as embarrassment, as thirst, as restlessness. I bow to her, I bow to her, I bow to her. Because all of those are not separate from God. All of those are also just ways in which we get to realize that we are not who we think we are. We are but sparks of the infinite, somehow covered in this thin layer of delusion that has made us think that we are separate, that I am this body, I am this mind. And Divine Mother speaks to us constantly. Do you think this hunger is coming from you? You are the origin of this. Do you think you just want to sleep because you're tired? No. This is a force of nature that you have to reckon with. And this is so beyond anything that you will be able to comprehend. This is me. This is Divine Mother flowing in all those ways. It sounds very poetic. What do we do about that? And I just have two small suggestions before I end my talk. The first one, again, as I implied, is perhaps to look for those doorways, to be able to see in whatever experience that we enjoy or don't. Go into that feeling seed of that experience and then tap into this idea that that enjoyment and that feeling is not actually originating from you. It is actually coming from somewhere else, pleasant or not, just as the chant says. We chant it. I mean, I think about this a lot. You know, in the river thou art restless. That is very comforting, especially to chant that before meditation. God is restless sometimes, and in the ocean thou art grave, in the yogi thou art bliss. The restlessness that we feel is not any different from the seriousness or the graveness or the stillness that we may feel. They are both equally God. One does take us closer to a direct experience of our own soul nature. In the other, we have to search for his presence. But he's equally there in both. She's equally there in both. And I think it is actually an exciting challenge, and perhaps even not as hard as one might think, to always try to find that divine seed, that divine essence in all of those experiences as we go through them. And the second thought that I want to share, which came to me strongly yesterday as I was meditating on it, is not to label things too much, not to put things in boxes or experiences, our own feelings, in boxes too much as we walk the spiritual path. Yes, and I can tell you, no matter the fact that I'm sharing this with you this morning, it is a temptation all of us carry, and I notice that in myself all the time, this need to label things, especially as they relate to the spiritual path. Meditation is good. Now, not meditating is bad. And again, I want to be very clear. Meditation is very helpful in finding our connection with God. But what is even more helpful is constant God remembrance and attunement with God's consciousness, because that's really what helps us break those boxes and limitations of our own mind